Wow. I was just listening to Joel Osteen live, coming from cleaning out my storage. And the first caller name was Matthew. And he was talking about doing 7 years in prison and getting out and basically um, filling out the application to go back into the prisons to actually like minister inside the prisons. He didn't think that they would approve his application because of his background, but they approved it. And then he didn't know how he would feel about um, the guys there knowing he was in prison. But the moment he said himself that he was in prison just like they were, it basically took them aback, and basically they responded to him in a better light. And he was like, it's just so amazing that I've gotten out of prison and I'm able to come back and give light to these guys that are still there. And then the next caller, I was about to cut him off, and I heard him talking. His name was Justin. And then he gets to, he worked with Matthew, the guy that just called before, and he says he's a corrections officer. And at first, not all correction officers are the same, just like not all what they call inmates, but really we call them incarcerated citizens. Not all of them are the same. But he is like, he's trying to implement in his prison more of the type of programs that Matthew has, that he's going back into the prisons because they actually want to impact the lives of those incarcerated. And I'm surprised to hear that type of talk basically on live radio. Like, now people are starting to finally come to grips with prison. It's not so taboo, I guess, because it's becoming a part of so many different people's lives. My life is impacted because my husband was wrongfully incarcerated. The ninth, I believe, is gonna. I can't remember the exact date, but I remember the year, 2002. The week before Easter, he bought our daughter her first Easter dress and did not see it until she wore it to visitation. So this system has definitely impacted my life, my child's life, our child's life, and my husband. Um, and for so long, we have been looked down upon. Like, it's almost like you get no grace because people feel like you brought this situation on yourself. And people don't realize you can just easily be thrusted into this situation. There's so many factors that lead people to prison. I am an advocate for prison reform, criminal justice reform, and I tell stories of wrongful convictions, not just my husband, many men, many men wrongfully incarcerated and currently wrongfully incarcerated. They even have women that are wrongfully incarcerated. I've covered a couple of women's stories. So you're not above those incarcerated. So it's not beneath you to reach out, to mentor, to speak to help, to do whatever you can, because all in all, we're all connected in this. Prison and mass incarceration does affect you, whether you think it does or doesn't. That was just crazy. So now I'm going to the Walmart, use a little restroom, give me a little drink because it's hot out here. It's hot. It's Florida hot. So I got to use my rapper voice. It's hot. Yes. And then get on about my day off. All right, guys. It's your girl Cadillac.